And that is when my dream of owning a bank came to an end. Did I stop there? No, I did not. But I learned some valuable lessons in there. In my quest to acquire a microfinance and go to a bank, there were processes. So when it starts from the dreams to reality. And when I saw the heading, I told myself, you see the dreams is long, you see the reality is long, but the two is very small in there, and that is the process. And that is the longest part you take, and that's where the hurdles are. The lessons learned, the passion will get you there, but skill set is required. Industry knowledge is key. Regulatory requirement is key. And one of the things that got us killed was the regulatory requirement. And that got us knocked off. Was that the only failure I had? No, I did not. That was not the only one. In my media industry, when I started radio, I've always wanted to be a CEO. I always wanted to get to the top. So while I was working as an employee, I behaved and acted as such. And I always felt for the owners of the business rather than thinking like the staff. So when opportunity came for me to own a radio station, the first opportunity was to lease a radio station, which I did, and it was successful. I became ambitious and felt I could pursue the dream to own more. And somewhere in 2012, there was an opportunity to acquire my first radio station, which was Spice 91.9 FM. At a very young age, just in my early 30s, owning a radio station, I felt it was good. The dream was up and coming. Then I acquired the second one, Beach FM. And you could imagine controlling the market, exploring and all that, heading towards the dream. I believe by now all of you will know that, man, you are flying high. I felt good, but in the journey from your dreams to the reality, the process is not simple. Since 2020, they are cleaning the media space, and here I am, Ojam, Beach FM, license revoked, and that was also another big blow and a setback. But when it happened, because I know that in pursuit of your dreams to reality, you will always have setbacks. I pursued, went through the process again, and I was fortunate to get Beach FM back. But with that of unique life, I could not get it back. So I just want you to understand that when we talk about dreams coming to reality, it is not always about getting the good plan, getting the good idea, and the next thing you know, you are there. There are a lot of setbacks and failures. And I want you to have at the back of your mind that when these setbacks and failures come, you should be resilient, you should stay focused, and you should what? Pursue the dream. With that setback, we went further and formed partnerships, and today we spread across the country, as Nanakosi mentioned, in Kumasi and Accra and other areas. But is it still rosy? No, it's not. There are still challenges, but we stay true to the dream. Things are changing and things are evolving, but we stay true to the dream. But in all this, one thing that I have done that I feel proud of, a dream that I visualized and went through and became a success. There's one project I did in Kumasi, and if the presentation picture is in there. In Kumasi, they built a new market called Kumasi Kinaata market, or they even called it the Kumasi Dubai. The first day I saw the building, I saw an opportunity, and that opportunity I saw there was advertising opportunity, but there was a challenge. The challenge was that the So in your quest to pursue your dreams, know that knowledge is key. Knowledge is key. If you don't understand the industry you find yourself in, you might not achieve a lot. I had to put a team together to bring this dream to reality. And this team comprised of an architect, a media person, electrical engineer, and a field operations person to bring out the proposal to go and pitch and then win. Now, one of the things I'll talk about is when we have ideas and we have dreams, we tend to tell ourselves, don't tell anybody. Will be our idea. Yes and no, because me, I'm not a motivational speaker, so I don't know which works. But I know that sometimes you need to share, sometimes you don't need to share. And I believe sharing is the best, because one of my friends they say you can never beat the originator of an idea. So when you share and you discuss, that is when you get better insight and improve on the idea. So I did share, I did consult, and I did form a team. And that team was the skill set, had the skill set I required to move to the next level. Did we have challenges? Yes, we did. And what are some of the challenges? It was financial. So I know you have ideas. I know you have things you dream of you want to pursue. But there will be bottlenecks. It can be financial. And I will not be here and sugarcoat you that, it is possible you can get the money, but sometimes you will not get it. And the dream will come to an end. But when the dream comes to an end, is that the end of you?
No.
Is that the end of you?
No.
You do what? You pursue, gain another dream. So if you fail at something, don't ever think that that is the end. You should build on to that. Fortunately for me, I had that financial base because I'm somebody that also plays in the financial sector and works with banks. So I was able to pull it through. And if they put up the video, you will then see how the place was and how it was transformed. And it's one thing that in my entrepreneurial journey, failing at things and being successful at others. And I start sharing it off with you. The things I failed at, because I know along the line and in your journey, you will fail at something. But when you fail, it doesn't mean it is the end. You will fall many times, but it doesn't mean you should not rise. But one term that I pick from Denzel Washington most of the time is saying that I'll fall, but when you fall, make sure you fall forward. Don't fall backwards. Whatever it is, slow motion is better than what? Slow motion is better than what? No motion. So then you need to what? Move forward. And that is one of the key things that have helped me to move up. So if they have the video, I'll show you a short video of what I saw and how I converted it. So this was the KDTM market thing. And you can see it just has a lot of branding opportunity around, and nobody saw that this could be converted to a commercial hub. And I went in and I proposed, and this is the reality as of today when you get there because of the dream I had and the team I put together and the investment I made. Today, the KDTM market now has branding opportunity around it all, which and it has over 10,000 square meters of branding space, and it's one of the cash cows in the group portfolio, which I guess even performs better than the over 4 radio stations that we have. My boss was telling me that radio do have a good see a but and that's it. And this is one of the few things I want to share with you, that in your journey of dreams, pursuing it to get to reality, it is possible. Lawyer, I know this thing, I know it is what? Possible. And anytime you have a dream, make sure you do what?
Fall forward.
When you fall, make sure you do what?
Fall forward.
So today, my message is brief. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm only here to share a little story of the things I have done and the things I am proud of and the challenges I've gone through. As I sit and wait, if an opportunity comes for me to revive the microfinance, I'll grab it with double hand and try again. If I fail at it, I will accept it and do what?
Move on.
Thank you very much.
When he said slow motion is better than motion, it's okay there. So I believe you are inspired. Yes. I believe you are inspired. Yes. But some people will be inspired one simple because from this story I believe we are going to. So the DJ there, he's called DJ Kofi. Last time Mr. Human started and he was at the seminar. After that he told us he wanted to do business. So he wanted to start a business, and up till now, if we are now praying, I believe we are inspired and taking it to the next level. Is it a deal? Yes. So after national service, the first salary I got was from this man. He employed me, and I don't know whether it's by way of, I don't know whatever it is. Your bosses tend to become closer when you leave their workplaces. And this has been the story. Sometimes he asks me some questions, seeking my thoughts, and I'm even wondering, hey, Mama, what's the reason? May I guess? So that's what it means. Maybe we train us well, maybe we are doing well, maybe. So he's also a media mogul, and the first private radio station and TV station in Western and Central regions was by him. If you know Kwame Jokoto, he passed through the station. I think Santana passed there. If you know Kofi, he passed there. If you know Daniel Gaze from BBC, he passed there. If you know Kwame Nkrumah, he passed there. What's going on for? The round of applause, the CEO of Paintsiwaa Group, Honorable Kinaata.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a privilege to see Kwame Osei and Nana here. I'm a very lucky person because at the age of 30, I started Sky. At the age of 30, Sky is 27 years, so it means I'm 57. I would like to use my story to help us young ones especially. I grew up at Ateku. I started school at Ateku LA Primary School.
Wow.
I went to the first 5 years, then I left to teach Estate Preparatory School. Now, growing up in Ateku, there was Moses, he was a musician, and my elder brother was also following him. So they were using Pampro to create some concerts. I became their promoter. So what I do is that I go around using Gogo and promoting them. And then when you come, I'm at the gate. I take board there, betting back. Then we enter. After the show, I sell the board there, and then we don't want to shoot. That is the business I'm still doing. That is the business I'm still doing. I remember I went to the University of Ghana, Commonwealth. We had amphitheater at the back of our home. One day, it just occurred to me that as a school of performing arts, so I went to strike it again. They performed I take the gate fee. and then you collect the money, and they'll tell you, say, within mine is when they went to Accra, they are collecting big money. So I remember a funeral. I was passing through Tapa. I heard somebody running an announcement. Hey, what's the view? Who is that? Who will say the weekend? And you now, one for one. That's flat as that. So I became interested. I got a funeral to Sky. I gave him 350 CDs. And the funeral fell on the feet, held my leg. So excited because he was collecting 150 at Tapa. The next day he came and said, boss, it's kind of a big count. I'm the lowest paid person here. So that is how it is. I've been lucky because I am able to identify talents. And I'm able to work with them. If you put me on air, I will not be able to deliver. But if you are sitting on there, they will tell you that I'll tell you what you have to do. And when you do it, we will get results. You learn the skills. But see, I'd like to share this. There are various schools we go through. There is school of life. God brought all of us one day with special talents. You have special talents, you are unique. Now the challenge is, if you abandon your talents to pursue some education, some certificate, become something that is not aligned to your talents, you will earn salaries and you'll be alright, but you can't impact. You can't be more. That is why people like Kofi Kinaata. And that certificate not the you see working with certificate. Oh, I'm not working with my certificate. When I wanted to be go into public service, I had to go to the impact to go and read public administration, prepare myself, get some knowledge to be able to do what I'm going to do well. When I wanted to run Sky FC in my team, I had to go and read coaching course. I had to prepare myself so that you can read well. That is very different. But there's a school of life. And the textbook is the Bible. That school of life, the textbook is the Bible. All motivational things you read, the source is the Bible. You came to this world a fully packaged product. So just like an iPad. On the iPad there are software. Some of you use your iPhones, those expensive phones. You use it to do what? Make calls. There are a lot of software, there are a lot of functions on the phone. Now, if you don't use those functions, will you benefit from it? No. So most of us are here. God has planted so much in us. But what we are using is, we are just making calls. We are earning salary. We are using pay. I get worried when I hear that somebody is a dropout. Our society, our systems fail people unnecessarily. Who says that if he is not academically, he could even have fallen sick during the exam period and failed and we drop the person? That is why I believe in free SHs. It is still possible. Don't mind me. But seriously, let's be careful. See, you have your talent. It is very important that your dream has to be something that will be propelled by your talents. If you dream and you don't have the talent, athletic talent, oh, problem. Hello?
Hi.
So the dream is nice to dream, and be very careful of what you dream. Be very careful of what you dream to become. Because sometimes when you become that person, that thing, it will destroy you. I am so grateful that I lost parliamentary elections. And it's true. Because I went into politics because Ghana was moving from analog TV to digital TV. They assembled all TV stations in Ghana, and the SCA offered us an opportunity to come together and build a platform. And all the big boys, Metro TV, TV3, Viasat, TV Africa, they all said they can't do it. And that is the language I told them in my mind. So I told them that I can do it. Then they gave me the license. Within 1 year, I had started digital TV in Ghana. And if I tell you how I got the money, you'll be shocked. I went to dinner, MTN dinner in Tabra. I sat by the financial director of MTN, but that was intentional. I asked, who is coming? They said the financial director, hey, I need him. Can you help me to that? I sit by him. I sat by him. And when I went with my authorization letter and everything. So when we sat there, I started talking to you that I have the next big thing, bigger than MTN. Digital TV, nationwide, license. Are you sure? I said, yes. I showed it to me. Then he said, so what? I said, I need money. So no worry. He took his phone, made a call. It was a Saturday. On Tuesday, I was at African Region Hotel, the first place, with the MD of Intercontinental Bank. By Friday, I had $2.5 million in my account. But you know what happened? When we set it up, there was change in cabinet. The new Pharaoh doesn't know you see. They started asking questions. So how come all the TV stations in Ghana, you are the only one they give the license? We will not allow you to operate. That was when I realized that when you get to a certain stage, you need political power. Then I asked myself, why would Brian know the difference? The difference is that it's in government. And what made it worse was there was a smart TV logo all over. And when I checked, that one is also MPP. Yeah. So it means that even if I wait, MP4 to make a good. So the only thing to do was to jump in. And I jumped into MPP. So I had a dream. It was a very bad dream. I wasted over 2 million Ghana cedis pursuing that dream. But what I got was a DC and Dean of MMDCs, and currently I was the commissioner. It's given me very interesting experience. It's okay. I mean, for 2 million, what the experience I have now is worth 500. So I'm fine. And when it became tough, I had to abandon the national TV there. I saw this window, took my money and became a millionaire, dollar millionaire. So even though, let's say it was a wild dream, but right from day zero, when I was setting it up, my plan was to raise it, make it like a $40 million business, sell it, and come and set up a media school at Apama. I bought the land and everything. When I sold it and came, Oma Kwasa said, the chief said I should come for my money. And I paid 500 cedis a plot. I'm selling one plot 35,000 every week. Of course, now we are around 50,000 for one plot. Don't calculate. So it's very important that make sure that your dream is driven on your talents. And talent is not enough. Usain Bolt was world juniors champion at the age of 15. He was winning every race. Now when he turned a pro, every race he went, he lost. Until he met the coach called Mills. And Mills told him that you are losing because at this stage, everybody you are meeting has talent. At this stage, everybody has talent. For you to win, you have to train very hard. Be the most hardworking athlete. And when he did that, he became Usain Bolt. Now, we've had boats. We all use boats. That's it. I'm sure there are a lot of talents here. We have a wide variety of talents. Our problem is that we do not add value to our talent. We do not activate our talent. We don't leverage our talent. We let the talent stay in us. It's just like your phone. We don't use all the functions on the phone. We just use it to make a call. And then we go and buy very expensive food. And all we do is make a call, social media centers. When people are making business, their market is their phone. When people are doing so much with their phone, all you do is use it to make calls. And then you buy a lot of units. That is the problem.
It's a problem.
School has messed this up. Our education system has not helped us. Our education system has not helped us. We don't think. We just want to earn money. We just want to earn pay. That is why we want jobs. Everybody completes school and is looking for a job. And you vote for a government because they didn't need jobs. And when you employ somebody, he will not work for the job to grow, expand for people to come in. When he gets in, he's eating in the job, he's collapsing the job. And he's also complaining. Please, especially the young ones, find out your wish, your purpose. God planted you here. You are so special. There's so much you can do. Me, I was motivated by my background. My mother, we had five big sisters. They all left their husbands because my mother was a no-nonsense woman who couldn't help to see child. So in the end, plenty of us. And this woman was taking care of me. But I knew that she can't do that forever. And I knew one day my family would be disgraced. So me, I told myself that I am not going to do government work. I am going to do something that can employ all my officers. I can help them and support my family. That was my motivation. That was why I set up Sky Power. And everybody, I'm sure, will say, and Kwame will tell you that if you come to Sky, I have a dormitory where my officers all lived around Kukusu. Now they are all adults. And their policies are the beautiful things. Oh, I don't mind the contributions to the best of what you offer. And I'll say, Nana and the
Communication directory. So media relations because of Sky makes it very easy. You know, you have contact to other media houses and better round of applause for my boss. This is not what you brought about on a promoter. Kofi, we have an inspirational story from now. So I believe we are inspired. Are we inspired? In our presence here is the alma mater of Kofi Kinaata, current student from the Tankwa Technical Institute. Can we see you? Hey, what the hell? Somebody technical university. Can we see with the wings? Oh, how are you? Someone to share now. So we have a spoken word. There's a very promising man. I can bank that in the next 5-10 years, he's going to surprise us. Maybe on the global stage, which I'm very confident. With a round of applause, my boy.
So I see a lot of people who have witnessed my journey, even though I've not gotten to where I know I have to get to. I see a few of them who also were colleagues throughout this journey, and it makes me happy. Even on this platform, there are some of the speakers like Mami Mante, who was here in 2020 and 2021. Yamu Akwaidu was also here 2021 as well. Now guess what? That particular year, I was in the audience and there was a question and answer time. During the question and answer time, I just grabbed the microphone like I'm going to ask a question. And I did a poem I had written from the presentation that was done. In 2022, the same thing came up, and I did it as well. For those who would ask, how did you get that idea? Well, it came from one of the man who has helped me through, Dr. Dobikibia, GMPC Foundation Executive Director. Today, I am not in the audience waiting for question time to do my poem. I am on the main stage. This young boy who started that thing and was doing it for free, having to beg people, in 2024 has performed for the president of Ghana and Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Why am I saying this before I go to my performance? I'm saying this for you to know that, look, and nothing, it's not easy at all, but then one great idea, the journey will be exciting. So I call this one, Made in Tadi, my revival, and I share. You see, the dream is to have your dreams come to reality. But the distance between your dream and reality is what determines the reality. Feels like a long reality. Because when you be a dream, the reality distance, the book was a papa was an single The distance is like distance of heaven and earth. And how on earth will you bring heaven on earth just so you can bridge the gap between your dreams and reality? At least for you to have some serene time at the Atlantic beach, rolling on the rollers as you gaze to the sky to see the sky power sunkissed. Your face looking nutritious like a balanced diet. Your skin tone looking evergreen like the colors of Enterprise Line, Fuji lifestyle. Like that which keeps us pressured under pressure when the Gen Zs find the time and leisure to enjoy the pleasure of TikTok. Rafi said, before can I say, you should be as a sort of science. Niamama Kancho said, say, you should be as a sort of science and Kayasa. I put it to you like the boy from the Lubo to the streets of Accra. Philip was able to in that as what you said, so and bro asempa. We've seen many dreamers beyond Joseph's dreams, but even Joseph the dreamer had his own fair share of obstacles that tackled his hopes. Temptations from the wife of Potiphar, disappointment from his own money he helped, the prison meat, the baker. Do you think he wouldn't have lost faith in the Creator who gave him the talent to be a dreamer? But time and patience he waited to become become Pharaoh's prime minister. So I'm here to tell you that just like the journey of others, know that reality has a fee. It is not for free. Even Nana who gave us free education didn't get things for free. Even John Dramani Mahama, who proposed 24-hour economy, had to work 24 hours through the regions of Ghana to see Ghana handing over power to be able to fulfill his dreams. I mean, can't show us a woody mama near one, the half film one son, and we reach that and tell we one. And God has our back. I'm going to share the dry fish from Paintsiwaa money. Maintain yes, you see much as last time Kinaata from now so but you do money any more day as you move and then you see me sitting at the beach enjoying some spice of life. No one will give you most one of the wire. Meaning said, Robert Cassett, who was who and I, but my little bone running close said, so I'm one woman in Hasia, and I wish I didn't come on Kofi and I. Relax your nerve and come down to life issues, clear issues with issues. We are all facing our challenges one way or the other. We are looking for 20 cities to go and be able to buy some food. The president is looking for 20 million to build a road so that you can get your votes. But nobody is telling you that is going to get like Kofi Kinaata sweetie pie. Behind the scenes, the tears that tear their hearts apart. Original, if you want broken hearts. If we all had to give a confession, now can you look at sometimes you wish life can just take you away. But even though it might look like things are falling apart, you still have to move, slide through, step through, times two, grab through. Push through and fight through with tight moves, with life's views. So you can pass through, even if that challenge, just be like the X-ray and see through. Because like Prophet Ezekiel in the Bible, I came here to give you the motivation to connect life's dry bones. Make lemons out of your, make lemonade out of the lemons that life has given you. For you are unique, strong, and outstanding. I say you are youth. You are the young, outstanding, unique, temporary hustler. Preku the traveler. Swap out the name once a Kofi Kinaata Monsari neighbor. But can't tell me that what you about to do with Jesus. Keep on keeping on. Keep trying. Like Lawyer Bachman, nothing should bring you back, man. Keep chasing the hand and you go for the walk, man. Keep getting the high notes of your dreams. Keep slam down to Kofi brand. For this is how you bridge the gap between your dreams and your reality. So this boy you see here started this dream of spoken word. From having to beg for performances in the school, Japan Technical University. Today I'm here on meeting time. This is how far it is.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Can you only imagine what tomorrow will be like? So tomorrow there's medical, there's endobiology, there's last night, there's community, there's reflect, there's America kindness, Kofi, Kinaata. So just to let you know, there are a couple of giveaways like I mentioned. Enterprise Life has given me this to share. So we will buy it. So if you ask a question, I can give you something.
And if you have the ability to share a dream and somebody brings certain things to life, it means that you can do more. And that is why I always say you can never beat the originator. Never underestimate your capacity to dream more. And many a time we let this bring us back. I meet a lot of young people, even I'm chancy, and then you let that negative energy bring you down. No, it shouldn't. That one, it will happen. I know people like that. We form partnerships and it's broken up because our visions are not aligned. And there are a lot of people that have the financial cloud sitting there that also want to invest in ideas. So that it will happen. But when it does, don't let it bring you down. Move on to the next. Thank you.
All right.
Punctuality and attitude of staff is a whole ball game. I've worked with people that have helped me go up, and I've worked with people that have brought me down. And if we are to go into that, that is a separate subject matter. I became a CEO of my first business at the age of 28, and most of my staff and my peers, I'm more than a year older or two than me. So it's a separate conversation. You have personally, punctuality is a virtue for me.
Sure.
And that is the one thing that I want each and everyone here to know. Time management is key.
It's key.
You can make the money again, but you cannot make the time back. And if you value time, you can multitask. As I'm here, I work in 3 regions, or I actually stay in 3 regions. I stay in Accra, Kinaata, I stay in Kumasi, Aswa, and I stay in Takoradi, Abroad. For the past 12 years, that is how I stay. And it's 10 days per region, and that has been my life. And if you are not time conscious and you are not punctual, you can't achieve this. So when it comes to punctual, it's key. And my staff, they know, because say 8. One of the values I want all of you to learn is also time management. And it's key. And it's a subject matter on its own. I'm afraid you can't just chip it in. I hope I've answered to an extent. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us the preparation listening to your story. I got a chance to speak to the 28 years Edumative. Concerning his first project, looking at the recent trend whereby the 28 years Edumative doesn't even know anybody and does not have the financial background that he has now, what would be the first guidelines you give to him? Thank you.
To be honest with you, I've not thought about that, but maybe I'll make a few changes. Maybe I will invest in some of the things I did. But to be honest with you, no regrets. I think I'm content with what I have experienced, the learnings and everything. But if I'm to go back 28 years now, knowing what I know, I might have done things differently. But I'm content. Thank you. And you give me something to think about.
Thank you. Senior Salute.
I think
I'm Sir Lord, Regional Chairman, Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We have been to many platforms as motivational programs, and it's often not mentioned when CEOs, people who have made it, come to tell us, yes, from dreams to ideas. When you spoke, early 30s, funds where they get the money to begin their projects. We have a lot of students here from my own school. I double up also as a lecturer, petroleum department. My students are here, the RTT students are here. I believe they will be glad to know as students, after going through all the trainings, where to get funds to begin. Thank you.
Should we be blunt?
Yes.
You want to know the source? Anyway, I think this is one of the key things that comes up the most. And for me personally, I can run you through the journey. Now, if I tell you that in 2013, I was able to raise 100,000 to a radio station from your chairman and his brother, that is Abbas and then regional minister, to acquire spice. Everybody won at the age of that 30 years. How do you get that? And that's where the challenge starts. But I can share. This is how I grew. I started off as a radio night presenter at Scarpa, but because I had passion doing business, and I also had challenges at home, coming from Kumasi, from a single mom and stuff, I needed to explore options. So I moved from being a radio presenter to be a salesperson. Now, when I became a salesperson, I worked with a lot of big companies, and they became my clients. So in my 7 years stay at Kinaata, I became leading salesperson, and my skills are here. So when I left Kinaata in 2007, I had clients who had become my personal friends, like the likes of NS Lewis, Kojak Farmer, Kinaata, the pharmaceuticals, and then the directors of Unilever, and all those became a personal friend. So when I moved on to Radio Max, and I leave the station and I started working there, these were the relationships I had built. And these relationships became what? It became what? Good. The relationship became parents. But because I was somebody who also multitasked, because naturally I was in the supply trade. So I had a distribution business on the side, which I was supplying. And I was a trade building technologist, proud product of TTU, holding a tech in construction. So I was also doing construction. I started off with doing drains, small houses, projects. That is how you build a currency. So when I leave Radio Max in 2012, I had like 3 businesses running on the side. And because of the relationship I built with all these businesses, when Samsung was coming to Ghana, I was privileged to be one of the people to handle their agency work. I was staying in Tarari, but I was working in Accra. And I remember their country director wanted to tour Ghana. He's an Indian, just present. And a volunteer. You know, I drove in from Accra to Tarari, through Takwa, to Kumasi, to the north, on 2-day journey. And if you build such a relationship, and they were not paying you, I just offered myself. So sometimes there are things you do, and that is what landed me that job to handle the whole of Samsung jobs. To the extent I was even going to Nigeria, going to Liberia, and I was in Ghana. So if you want some, that is how it comes. The same thing I handle Tigo jobs. The same thing I handle Coca-Cola. Each of them has a unique story. It starts from the currency of the relationship I built, the currency came down, and then funds build up. So that is how it builds up. So by the time you realize, you see that you have built up certain funds to the extent that I had one CEO of a pharmaceutical farm who was willing to give me 30 million in 2007. Then he wrote a check for me, I remember 15 million to start off the leasehold of Radio Max to pay the owner for that. So when it comes to the money, it's not like it's sitting somewhere that will pay, but the relationships you build, the value you put on the table, and the value people see in you, that is when member will give you. My distribution business, my sister had a wedding, Eunice, and he was giving 20,000 then in 2008. And I can't say around that, this guy will to be family. And I'm getting 10,000, and I'm just starting with distribution business. So, Obi had the story. And when you say they don't tell you where the source comes, yeah, and you marry a like, it's funny. But today, I've told you. Normally, they don't say that because free acquire say like the GRA farmer, no one can so you normally show, but trust me, if you are committed, you are passionate, and you build good relationships, it will take you places. Thank you. I hope I'm
Salamu to Ibrahim.
Salaam alaikum.
My question is, more mobile now, Kasai. It's like you were in your youth time. But we about area me dreaming. My name is Mami and I'm in Papa, you know. So they give me go ahead and I will be there. See, me person said, say if as youth na ever, say your dreams here, is it bad for us to go and ask our parents before to go ahead or what? Because no one talk about this parents.
And the American said, and Brenda, they might want to meet the Obi and then Titi, make any man make very close. Bibia may be meeting on any expert. Then some people you say, your man, no, your baby, I hear you know, only experience. Children and Tiasiano and man. Your mechanics or the pie baby and the touch. Then so send me a maybe penny or yet, or when I break into the industry to clear the or the ideas we bring back. But because your business is meeting here, and then it's small again. Now, what you said, oh, Marcy, that's all. The radio station on the whole team was on my podcast, on my YouTube, live stream. There's a generational gap. It's been podcast, I don't know. So sometimes you have that generational gap where the ideas of the young people and the ideas of the elders, they don't merge. So discussing it with them, sometimes they might not be able to give you a solid support. The only thing is that they will guide you on the morals. And just to be a bit ethnocentric or how you call it. When I was very little, I stepped up to my grandma and partnership. As Anthony, my baby, you can see. Only I'm going to go here and number to a crew. Who do you say? You know how back in the days we were much more tribal. But today, my best friend and partner is a Muslim. And we do everything together. The religious tolerance is even there. It's in the for there's a slight difference in it. But the American said, one thing my mom has done for me, who's a Catholic, that anytime I go into a challenge, the only thing is I don't even call a send a text message. The Korean was the code, pick the rosary and go and pray. And that is something you will never get anywhere. Whether it's your biological or not, India is soon house of yours, who will be your tower chair or bomb pie say all friend cremo, so all good sons or by the OGD is one thing you can never discount. And you know, that's the little advice.
Alright, thank you so much. There's a question here from your name and your question.
Please, my name is Shweta and please, you had dreams before you became who you are today. What exactly were those dreams?
Hello.
She said, I had dreams before I became who I am today. And what exactly are those dreams? Sweetheart, I had a lot of dreams. The first one, I wanted to be a pilot. I also wanted to be an engineer, civil building person. And today, I am because I went to what's sector, I went to TTU, and I'm going to, and I'm a contractor by profession. That's my main job. So I have that. But I think the dream of being a pilot is what I lost out. But as I grew, the dreams metamorphosed and changed. I think radio came in as a bit of survival. When I came to Takrady Poly in '99, I needed a second job to survive as a student. And that is when I jumped on to Skypower in 2000 as a radio night presenter. That I played from 12 midnight to 4 a.m. And I rose through the ranks to the top. The rest they see is history. So the dreams, they can be a lot. But as you grow, it's what it changes. Thank you, my dear.
So, I want to ask, are your businesses based only in Ghana? Also, you have other friends like you apart from Ghana, within the shop of Ghana?
This is a prophetic question. Maybe I'm going. Thank you very much. I don't have businesses out of Ghana. The only experience I had was to do business on behalf of the client in Nigeria and in Liberia. That is the only, let's say, international, aside maybe importation from China, Morocco, and everything. I don't specifically have businesses in Ghana. My mainstay is within the Golden Triangle. That is Accra, Kumasi, and Takrady, with some stints in Tamale. So construction, trading, and then media. And anything while I'm told answers. It's how we make legal, we are open. Thank you.
So, 3 more questions and move to the next session, please.
Thank you. Wilson. So, the question is, you, in your presentation, made us know that the systems here in Ghana really hindered you one of your projects with regards to one of the real estate and your financial sectors. So, when these systems took place, why didn't you advance to outside country or outside Ghana to pursue that field? Because we are the UK, the systems here in Ghana is too slow to realize one thing. So why didn't you leave Ghana to pursue that?
Thank you very much. This is an interesting question, and it comes to migration. I believe Obia started life, or started life, you try to travel. Yes. At some point in time, before I even came here, I wanted to travel. And the best thing we all knew was what? Connection, or try to be people and stuff. Yeah, I had my visa refused. UK, well bounced. Who has been bounced before? So I had that notion, but after trial and bounce and stuff, I had no other means to reach out there. So maybe today, if I met IOM and International Migration Team, I would have had better consultation to see how I would have pursued my dream abroad. But I did not. So you will not have the opportunity because we did not. Now back to the systems in Ghana, the challenge I had was not a system challenge, it was regulatory. And like I say, our regulatory issues here are not straightforward. Because when we acquired the microfinance, we kept on going to Bank of Ghana for certain documentation, and their processes were slow. So by the time they brought in the revocation of licenses, we had not completed our systems. And that it was revoked. As of that time, we had done an investment here already. We had staff. The Unique Life had about 50 people staff. BGFL had about 20 people as staff. And because it's been revoked, you cannot just get up and say, I am leaving. That is not leadership. So I had to stay in and make sure. For Unique Life, we had to find compensation for the staff, which the government did based on the funds we had. So we did not have any.
I know has a whole session to educate, inform us about safe migration. It's one of the which one. I wanna maybe I will be India, who may or maybe what I said, you don't know any connection man, or your connection Kasana as a Waha. In the Iowa, maybe a student, maybe a new national service, maybe a TT. Now, what your I had, we know what to go so Waha, we know what to go. One way. All right, thank you so much. And so we've listened to Mr. Paintsiwaa and from Mr. Kinaata. The next person to talk to us is also a lawyer, like the other lawyer on the panel. And we are privileged now to have her. She's a private legal practitioner. Her story is equally inspiring, but I don't know the angle she wants to take from there. With a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, lawyer Pamela Awens.
Learn from people, and then here I was in the lab always just sample and some test tube. Don't get me wrong, some people, are excited working in the labs with all blood samples and all that. They are happy. That is good. So that was where I knew that I was in the wrong job. In this country, when you start your education, whilst you are perhaps in your elementary school, you will realize that if you are doing well or you are doing well in mathematics or something, they will tell you go and do science. Go and do science, or you can be a doctor. Yes, I had a dream. I like the question that came asking what was the dream like. I felt like I wanted to do medicine or pharmacy or that sort of thing. And where was that dream coming from? From the people around me in society. My dad was a lawyer, and he's still a lawyer though, but I never really thought I would be a lawyer myself. I did science, like I said, but over the period, I discovered that I'm a people's person. I like to advocate, I like to use my voice in solving problems, and then I embarked on the journey. Guess what? After a while, when I was doing that, people around you always see the people around you. Oh, you're a science student, you didn't do general art. Why do you think you want to pursue law at this time? And I told myself, I think this is what I want to do. I have done it to the university level. I went back to do my LLB, my DL, and now I've been practicing for the past 12 years. So let's celebrate. Dreams. What are dreams? A dream is actually a cherished ambition or ideals that we all have. Most people, I'll say, we all have our dreams. But then you will see and realize that after a while, the dreams stem from your own needs and wants. When you are listening to the speakers who spoke before, you will realize that some of them decided to venture into certain businesses because there was a lacking in the house. Maybe they have family issues or personal family circumstances, so I decided to set up an FM station and that sort of thing. So what we are saying now is that when you have a dream, the foundation of that dream usually is from a yearning where your heart, you begin to think that, look, I don't have this, what can I do to get what I want? You are attracted to the things we don't have in our lives. We are usually attracted to the things we don't have in our lives. And one of it is that you begin to dream. I like Cristiano Ronaldo's definition of dream. He says that the dream is not what you see when you sleep. The dream is actually the things that stop you from sleeping. So if you have a dream, you are always determined to bring that into reality. And then, interestingly, the attraction is what brings about the dreams. And the last several words of attraction is action. So we are talking about what is bridging the gap between our dreams and reality, it's action. That's what I have discovered, and I believe a lot of us believe that also. That action is what brings or bridges the gap between dreams and reality. So what's the purpose of a dream? We don't dream so that we can achieve it. We just don't dream and please, I'll be using dreams and goals interchangeably, so forgive me. But if we don't just dream so that we can achieve it, the purpose of a dream is to enable you to build that skill set. It's enable you to build the resiliency and tenacity, the mental agility and everything that you need so that you can be the type of person that can achieve
any reflection or introspection, you realize that you are lacking or you are running in circles, moving from one project to another, to another, to another. But if you take the time to sit back, look back, and then assess yourself, you will get to know why you are not getting to your dreams. So it's important to engage yourself and go through a moment of self-reflection and awareness. Also, one of the things that brings about this gap is the undefined goals. There is no clarity of the goal that you have set for yourself. Today you see Kofi Kinaata singing all over the place, making an impact. And then you also want to sing, even though you know you have a good voice. You know, it doesn't work like that. Or today you see somebody in a business setting up FM stations and say, oh, I heard Family Man say, he told us that so I'm also going to do it. You have to be able to set a fair goal for yourself. And the most important thing is that those goals must align with your values and your principles and what you stand for and what you want to achieve. And I must say that we must all stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. So you must stand for something, and every time we must try to align our dreams to the values and morals. And then one of the reasons there's a gap between our dreams and reality is limiting beliefs and mindsets, low self-esteem. Limiting beliefs, we are talking about you having some self-doubt. For example, right there in Takrady, I was born bred and battered here in Takrady, and I will tell you for a fact, if you were born here, you would have heard, oh, I have it. When you start in Imawa, I had to do business. I started to maybe, I had this discussion with my own very good friend, Yang Wampo, and the top executive of APAM. She's right here. And we were discussing this, and she said, Tom, you know what? Those who say that when they move from Takrady to maybe another region or even outside the country, they actually do make it. Why is it so? Why do you think that you will be living in Takrady thinking that you cannot make it here? But then when you move to another region, there is progress in your life. Your guesses are good at mine. It is not because you have changed location. No. It's because there's a change in your mindset. You believe that I can make it here, so you will definitely make it there. But if you tell yourself, right where you are, right where you find yourself, that I can make it right here where I am until another opportunity comes, exams and everything. So altogether, give yourself about 6 years from now, you should be able to do it. That was way back, if I'm not wrong, about 2013, thereabout. You know, the two men, or two guys from KMS who came to see me, one of them was thinking, wow, it's going to take a long time. I don't think I can do it because right from school I have to look for a job. And then the other person said, oh, maybe I'll give it a try. But they left. Just about 2019, I was in my office when I received a picture on my WhatsApp, my WhatsApp. And then the guy, one of them, had actually gone through the law school, has passed, and at his call, his friend was beside him and he sent me pictures. I was so happy that means I get to direct him on what to do. Then this other guy who couldn't stand and went to do his job sent a message to me in 2019 telling me that, look, I'll come and see you, you know what, I'll come and see you when the time is right. The beginning of this year, he also sent another message, Charlie, I have to come and see you, this law program. Whether you do it or not, the 6 years will come. So it's important to take the action now. And now his friend has done it. He is still talking about coming to see me. Even when I was on the phone with him, the very questions he was asking were questions he has asked me way back in 2014. He's still asking me those questions. So the question is, why is it that even when we are You believe that yes, there's a pandemic there, but you're not wearing the nose mask. Why is it so? You know that you have to exercise to lose the weight, but you're not doing it. You know that you need to save some money to have some amount of money saved by the end of the year, but you're not doing that. You know you're supposed to study before you can pass the exams, but you're not doing that. Have you sat down to think about the reasons why you're not able to take an action even in the face of information and knowledge out there? And for the youth, I have to tell you that you guys are blessed to be in this generation, in this digital age. There couldn't have been any better generation for you guys to be here today, because you are blessed with all the information you need and require to move ahead and to achieve your dreams. I agree with one John Asura, I think is a New York best time seller, and then an expert also in psychological behaviors and mindset coach. He says that the reason why we are not able to do the things we need to do to bring about a change in our lives where we can actually achieve our dreams is because of the things happening in our brains. And trust me, when I discovered that, I began seeing life differently. I want to share this personal journey that I have been on for the past 6 years with you, because I was also going through that a lot, where you have certain goals you are not getting what you need to get and all that. It's all in the brain, it's all in the mindset. So why are we not getting the results that we need? Sense that it's all in the brain, like I said. But then, if you would challenge yourself and bring yourself to that consciousness, elevates your mindset, elevates the subconsciousness and self-awareness, where your mind is able to observe your patterns. Okay? I want to break it down for you to understand, but what I'm saying is that you need to watch your thoughts. And we come up with this thing called thoughts versus thinking. Thoughts and thinking are not the same thing. You know, thoughts is all about the random things that comes into your mind. Like right now, we're in a hotel. If we get some aroma coming through or sipping through this room, your mind would be occupied with that smell. And you begin to wonder, what is that? What kind of food could this be? What kind of fish is in that? Your mind would automatically try and process that. That is your random thought. Or maybe an accident happened. You didn't think that you were going to think about that accident, but at the moment that is what has occupied your mind. So you begin to think about that. And then there are instances where you would have to deliberately interrupt the patterns of your brain, where you conscientize yourself that this is what I'm going to think about. This is what I'm going to do. Because we see that our thoughts influences our actions, and then our actions brings about the results. Again, we are saying that if we want to bridge the gap between our dreams and reality is action. And the action is inspired by our thoughts. So it means that our thought is very powerful. The mindset is very powerful. Whatever you carry in your mind is the most powerful thing that actually separates the best from the rest. So, that's thought versus thinking. So we have to train your brain to observe your thought patterns and deliberately choose actions and feelings. You create a coherence between your thoughts, emotions, and your actions. For some people, when they set a dream, they don't consider their values, their morals and principles, and those dreams stand alone. You will start going and pursuing that dream, but after a while, you realize that you lose momentum. You lose momentum because it is not in alignment with your values and your true calling. So I would encourage you that, look, even if you're setting dreams or setting some goals, you need to always consider your values. Somebody asked a question about if you are under the guardianship of your parents and you're setting or you want to pursue your dream, what happens? Yes. So some of these things would come to play. At this point when I was a young, I'm still young, but when I was in secondary school, I remember I would be setting my goals and discussing with my parents. Now I'm married, I bring up 3 children, you know, I would tell them I am setting my goals this time or dreams. I look at how it sits within the family setting, within my marriage, within my career as a lawyer, within the church that I love. These are real and sustainable dreams. Because the moment there is no harmony between that, you won't be able to go further. So there has to be some harmony. There has to be, you have to be in sync with the dreams you pursue. Okay. So this is what I was talking about, where in your mind the brain stems are stimulating a lot of random thoughts, patterns, sequences, ideas in your mind constantly. So you find if the students are here and they will bear me out, you go for prep, you open your book, you intend to study, and then you're thinking about something else. Or you go to work, you know you have a deadline to meet, and then you are WhatsApping or watching some videos on social media. And then you're behind on your deadlines. Why is that so? It's all here. Because the brain is such that it is projecting so many things in your mind. So you need to catch yourself at some point in time. So John Armstrong has really been a blessing to me. I have to tell you. He's like I said, he's a mindset coach. He tells you that, look, when you find yourself in such situations, what you need to do is that maybe for every 1 hour, just on top of the hour, 5 minutes to the hour, pause, take a deep breath, and then ask yourself, what have I been thinking about for the last 55 minutes? Does that align with the goals I set for today? This is how you'll be able to break and interrupt the patterns that you are exhibiting at work, at school, even in your career. Other than that, you do the same thing over and over again. You're only going to get the same result, and there will be no change. The year will end once again, and then no dreams has been achieved. So you have to take the first step. The first step comes with the motivation. A lot of the times we don't have the motivation and the energy to pursue our dreams, and I've already discussed that. But then I can give you a practical example. Maybe I feel that I'm gaining so much weight, it's affecting my health. I need to go to the gym. One of the things that you can do at that time is that, look, can I just put on my gym wear? That is a very simple thing to do. And it takes your energy from 0 to 1. Can I just try and walk out of the house? You bring yourself to that consciousness, you do so. You take a walk, or maybe you walk into the gym. That takes your energy from 0 to about 3. And then when you enter the gym, you see people working out, doing it, burning it, you know, doing everything possible just so that they can achieve their goals. At that moment, your energy is rising to about 6 because it is contagious. When you get there and people are doing it, you are motivated to do more. So for you to get yourself to the point where you do the things you actually need to do to get your dreams or to achieve your dreams, it will take action from you. And a lot of us are not able to process our mind and bring ourselves to that point where we do take an action. So I have to say that the journey is just as important as the destination. What you learn, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues as we go along. So it's important that as you journey on through the ups and downs and the failures, you will get peculiar clues to how you can succeed that no one else can tell you. And most times we think that it's too late to start. encourage you and entreat you all to take that step towards your dreams, regardless of how challenging it might be. And I have to also let you know that if your dreams is one that you are interested in, if you're only interested in your dreams, you do what is convenient. Or I can do it. You give your barest minimum. That is all. Okay, I don't feel like it. You give all the excuses you can. Because that dream is a dream, alright, but you're only interested in it. But if you're actually committed to your dreams, you will do everything it takes to achieve it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Let's round of applause for Roya. So the convener of this program is around. The phone I'm going to say only now I'm sure we want to hear hi from him, right? But one number we want to hear from him. Maybe you know him, maybe not. So just a hi from him.
It is indeed a delight to see how flexible, how intelligent Kofi Kinaata is. Let's hear his last words at the just ended youth seminar, proud to Made in Tadi. I hope you will invite all these.
treat the family. I'm a old baby in our care. Also, praise so, my mother catch away there. Glass, my guy. Kofi there, man will be your guy, you, my guy, John. But the more example, or say, yeah, the rap, who will create or she should or my sister will be a shade, madam. No, my sister will be. So the more example, no, I'm no sheep and don't give it time. I am young, no, why I mean, it's I have some 50 cents in all point to play at a party or club in man, or no man's son, or no machine, our guys in 50 cents. Into the vessel, glass and come. We are the first time we meet yellow sleep. Uncle, we have a who goes in who's remembering and fella. The fella that we go behind, someone watch of you. Into the way we are glass in the issue. I didn't know we were kind of glass in the land, and a penny basala. What do you can be issue? First, Mr. Salama, Mr. Kofi. Much of one you ever want to cancel a while. Because I know how much soul I know a movie. It's no KBS, and I will find one of them, and you will leave that with me. You will find one shot, I said, if I want to be feel like I see, now Mungo Sulu, now I want I see, my man call. You're comfortable with my big national. You go to your classmates with it, I imagine. Japan, you are a shut. You go west. Now, stop. I am afraid about me now. Who are the Akashifi? You will game. You watch a movie, your career. You will school, you will get a lion for Science, says in your young we never appreciate or clear in our walk which is one of the sheep for Rashi. Now, Salaba, Wakao. It's a young before your classroom, I did that will find. But if you be put on the papa will go and that I won't go when you school very long. Atasa, it's a individual, you be sure soon never find. One session young football there, young Paddy, the new design of the check, my own young. What you feel about people want to perfect check, my own young. Now, Asamba, being a powerful Atasa, it's not actually much of your thing who has to tell from more of that's the way, that's when they get unprescribed, that's unprescribed. For me, it's a major problem. If they were starting this, maybe it's yeah, China Wale, they was me away, you know, I check what you mean. If the way you start to move away, you never in the way. I didn't think it for a while, what I should do, for a while, another one, so you will be a bubble. So I wouldn't want to pop in your way. It's very sure be the level you are now, good album, and this is never being Casa, so we go now, who destiny and Casa. This is social media, will be the phone. And then I talk to you on social media. It's not. Since I can't use a phone, check on social media. I never talk to you. The only I really did not say you're drawing. Now I know. As the social media, you know what you never people. Go for the whole world, which is online. My friend can shout about. But for church, you go and tell about show me.
Now
be out. No police station. Yeah, out is at the Kofi. No police station. I will have to come 5 years. Program should happen in Kofi. Until Obia made a nice problem on the Cassava. You, Obia made a phone and Atasa, Tahi, and West Never Park, I bet you will not perform. I will say, Mamma, Pepe, Libya, fine. He never done a course in Libya, you will visit me, you did no action. Many are the case visit me. May you DJ Atasa. Mamma, 31st, okay, 2012, 31st. The day man at Tower Babu, Kofi. I feel so easy. We'll be so more premature. Friends, you are a Pachama. Paintsiwaa, your Pachama, maybe I say, I feel like you're squad man no opportunity or my week. I feel free. We'll be more premature. That's the first thing. Phase that, bottle rocket.